Welcome back to the Vue.js series. In this lecture, we'll discuss an important topic, that is the difference between computed properties and method. These two features are essential for manipulating and rendering data in Vue.js application. In our previous lecture, we split our to-do app into smaller components. Today, we'll build on that data structure to demonstrate computed properties and methods. And also I will explain when to use and why, like when to use computed, when to use methods, like that. Okay, so first we'll recapping previous lecture. So in previous lecture, what we did, like we have an app component which holds the state to-dos and passes it to the child component to-do list. So to-do list component display that list, and inside to-do list, to-do item is there. So to-do item component handles individual to-dos. So we'll now enhance this and this structure to demonstrate difference between computed and methods. So now what we'll do, so basically computed properties in Vue.js, computed properties are ideal for when you want to calculate something based on reactive data and ensure that it's cached. In our case, let's say we want to display all completed to-dos in a separate section. So in that scenario, we'll use computed property. So let's start. We'll, by writing the logic, we'll explain. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to do is like another section I will add. This will be like for completed to-dos. Okay, so here what we will do, in same we'll call same component to-do list, but here instead of in to-do list, instead of passing all the datas, we'll pass only completed to-dos. Okay, completed to-dos. So or one more thing, I also added a style, or I committed this on Git repository. I will in today lecture I will paste that Git link into description. Okay, fine. So if you go to Chrome, currently there is 4 to do is there. So this one is completed. So for completed to do's, I want to show separate section. Like this is for common. This will be for completed only. So what we'll do? So here I'm passing completed to do's on. So what will be the completed to do's? So we'll define one option computed. So in computed, what we will do, we'll write completed to do's here. Based on that is complete value, we'll filter that data. Like from to do's array, we'll filter data based on is complete true. So return this dot to do's dot filter will write, we have to pass one method, one function. So what will be e dot is complete. So using filter, we can filter if e is complete, that item will return here. So now if you go to Chrome, now we are able to see that computed data. Now you can say that, like, why we are using computed property. Using method also we can achieve same thing. Like here, instead of computed, if I define one method having same logic, like we can copy this one, copy there. Okay, I'm changing name by method. Okay, so this is method. So in case of method, we have to call this, because this is method, so method we have to call. Using this also we are getting same thing. So there will be one question in your mind, why we are using computed instead of methods. Okay, so I will explain that one. So that question is in your mind, so I will clear that one. So basically, key point about computed is that this completed to-dos is a computed property which is derived from to-dos. So if to-dos array if anything change happen in to-dos area, in that time that complete to-dos will be automatically updated. Okay, or this completed to-do is this property computed are catched, so if to-dos remain the same, then it won't be recalculated unnecessarily. But in case of method, it will call continuously. So using code we can see that. So first I will create complete to-dos from both the computed and here it will be from method. Okay, it will be from computed. So here I will write computed. Computed is just property, so we only like variable we can write, but this is method, so we have to call. Okay, now in UI you can see from method or from computed both are coming. Okay, so now I will put console in both places, console log. So here console.log method calling. Okay, here I will put console log computed calling. Fine. So now if you go to UI, either condition to do apps, yes. Somewhere what happened? Why this is coming? To do apps src app.view. globally we can this included, I don't know. So we are seeing that method or computed calling, if we update something here, then both will be called. Okay, that is fine. Method computed calling. Now I'm not changing anything. If I re-render this component, then in case of computed, it will be that computed will be not called because that value will be cached. So that variable, that todos variable, getting not like same value as earlier. So that computed property will not called. But in case of method, if you re-render, now it gets called multiple times. So here I'm writing one refresh button. Here I'm adding one refresh button. So basically that refresh button will re-render to do item from completed section. Okay, I'm writing refresh button. Here what we'll do, will re-render. So for re-rendering, we can add one key for both. So here key already I added. Key is component key. So if you on click, if we increment the count of component key, then both component will be re-render. So if we re-render from here, why this error is coming? Button is fine. Okay, here gap. So now in console you can see that if I press refresh, in that scenario that method will be called, but computed will be remain same, like not calling, because we are not changing todos value. So using computed, if you do some calculation, then it will make your code efficient. So now where, then one question will be in your mind, like when to use methods. Method you can use if you have you want to do some logic based on some parameter, because computed we can't pass argument. Computed is basically one property. So here we can do filter or other calculation we can do here. From existing data we can create some data, or we can manipulate that existing data. In methods, what we can do, in methods, if you have to do some logic based on some parameter, then in that scenario you can use method. So here if we have to write some search logic, in that case computed will not work, because in that case we have to send parameter as input text. So that based on that text will show that data. So okay, let's implement that search part, then we'll see. So first I will remove this method part. Okay, so here is our complete to-dos. So method is not required. So now you understand when to use computed, when to use method. So whenever you required something, like we have to using some parameter, you have to do something, in that scenario you have to use methods. So here now I will implement search for completed to-dos. Okay, yeah, we can implement like completed to do's note, like we can implement like best complete for completed to do's, or for to do's we can search by typing some text. Like first we implement like from starting text, like if we type this, then all to do's started with this should come. So okay, start, let's will implement. So for that, in to do list we'll write one input box. So here one input box will be there. Sorry, this is self closing now. Type will be text because I want user to type text only. Type will be text, and let's take some V model. V model I will name as filter letter. Yeah, search text we can do. Search text. Okay, placeholder we can keep as search. Fine. So in data is not there. In data we have to return that V model value, that is search text. So initial value will be empty string. Fine. So now if user type some value, based on that we'll filter that data. So we have to write logic for that. So in methods we'll define filter by, yeah, filter you can search by search to do, search to do by later. Okay, here for filter we can use filter method of array. So here it will be this dot to do's dot filter, will get each element, or we'll search on text because we are getting object now. So in object text, currently I'm implementing, later will test with include also. Start with that V model is not required, I think. Okay, later no, I have to call this method here. Here I have to add one event that will for input, I think changes. Okay, so here I will call this method, or so here we'll pass search text. Okay, now we'll check. Later is defined but never used. Okay, some spelling mistake is there. Now search box is coming. Now if we type apps x, starts it. Okay, we'll check. Starts with JavaScript. Method is not getting called. Okay, we'll console this thing then. Later. Okay, we'll see then. Here, if we write it's not working. Why it's not working? Okay, same time it's not calling. Why? Okay, here one issue is there, like here we are showing data based on to-dos now. So instead of here we have to call this method here. You got it? Like currently to-dos, I'm not changing to-dos. Like filter didn't mutate original array, it will return new array. So here I have to pass that search text value. Now if you type something here, based on that value it will be filtered. Similarly here if you pass something, based on that data will be filtered. So in that scenario we have to pass some argument to do some logic. So in that scenario we'll use methods, and if from existing data we want to get some filter data or some calculation we want to do, like for example you can say like you have data having first name last name, from that one you want to show full name. So in that scenario you can use computed, because their all data is already there. If something change will be there, then only computed will be called. Okay, so now we'll explain some key points about methods. So the method is re-evaluated every time it's called, which makes it more suitable for dynamic, like in this case for filtering. Here we are writing dynamic data to input box now, and method can accept arguments, so making them more versatile when you need custom behavior like filtering to dos based on user input. In that scenario you can use methods. So or when to use computed properties, when you have data that can be derived from existing data and need to be cached for efficiency. Like here we have already todos data. From that I have to filter based on is complete true. So here we can use computed. So now we will conclude today lecture. Today lecture we are able to understand the difference between computed and methods, and together computed properties and methods are serve for different purposes. So together to make your Vue.js application more efficient and flexible. In our Todo app, we used computed property to manage the display of completed task and method to filter to do based on user input. So that's it from today lecture. Thank you for watching. In this lecture, we'll explore even more advanced Vue.js concept. So don't forget to like, subscribe. See you in the next video, and also I will put GitHub link for all this to-do application. Thank you.